It is September 9th, 2025. It is 7:04 p.m. I officially call to order this meeting, and we are recording, just a reminder. So, Kiki, no swearing. We know how you are. No, I'm kidding.
That's actually true, but
Very rowdy crowd.
Jen, I'm looking at you too. No, I'm kidding. Right? No, so, okay.
One thing that's just a change, I had an email from the town that we actually are no longer allowed to approve minutes via email. So we do need to just do a vote to approve the minutes from July.
Okay.
Great.
Because we did that via email. So if we take a second, do that.
Yes. Did everybody get a chance to review them? And if so,
Approved.
Approved. All right, perfect. So motion to approve the minutes for July. All in favor? Aye.
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 All right. Officially approved at 7:05 p.m. We're very efficient here. And we've already had our first official approval of something. Okay. Great. So the item number 3 that we're going to, my child is calling me. Abs, I'm on a meeting. Sorry. Is the item number 3, Kiki, it's the treasurer update. Do you want to roll with that?
I think was Kim, were you going to do it?
Oh, Kim, are you? Oh.
Well, Kim had said she could do it too, but I'm happy to do it. It's just, then I'll have to type it, but I can just put it in.
No, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure who had volunteered, but either.
You're muted.
You're on mute.
We all sort of did, but.
I think Kim's just on mute and she'll probably do it. I think that's what she was starting to say.
I'm working on it. Yeah.
Fabulous.
I think that'll be easier, right? Since,
yeah, it would be easier for me to type and listen than to talk and type.
Absolutely.
And I'll start saying all kinds of stuff that Lord knows what.
That makes much more sense.
So Ray sent this email earlier, so obviously we know he's on the plane. So the FY25 Treasurer Report, the latest version is attached. So Melissa, can you pull that up and share? Do you want to do that?
Yes, I can try to do that.
And so what he wants to make note of is that, end of June was our fiscal year. So now he's switching into the normal, finishing the accounting with the town. Excuse me, I have a
Forget.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And he has to resubmit that to the state, as we know. 3 remaining grantees. Motoko Dworkin, Fun with Folktales and Origami for $400. The Fitchburg Art Museum, which was the 89th Regional Exhibit of Art and Craft, for $100. And then rounding out Neshoba Valley Chorale, Love and Music for All for $500. Alex.
Do I have the right one up? He gave 2 attachments, and I'm not sure.
So that was fiscal year 25. So 26 is also attached.
I'm going to go into that one.
Yeah. And so just so you can make a note, Kiki, the file is named fiscal year 2025 in the title. And then the same thing for 2026. No, now my cat's drinking from my water. Please don't let me drink from my water throughout the rest of this evening. So the 26th Treasurer Report is the initial version is attached. As we said, it's mostly blank, of course, but will get populated as we go through. Here's the key. We have approximately $14K of available funds for the coming cycle. He's put placeholders in for our the admin expenses and the public art, which of course lets us be slippery in oh, for crying out loud. So one cat really wanted to drink what the other cat was drinking, and therefore it's now on the floor.
Oh.
All fine.
I feel like maybe the cat should be one of our members, and then he could just hold with his little tail and be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he artistic at all, or?
Yeah.
Well, the spell is nice. It took down a good amount of my paperwork for tomorrow. So the point to that is he left us 12K remaining for the applicants with a big but. The admin and public art, of course, we get to vote from the council and continue to be adjusted as we work our way through the grant process. I can imagine Ray doing this, right? Totally no.
Okay.
So, and that's really a great update, and it lets you see that. So the good news is we weren't sure what we were getting.
Right.
And I missed last month. So I don't know if you had covered that before, but now that's the number. So that helps us go forward.
Awesome.
So, just as a little dovetail, one of those documents I sent was the letter that we historically send to the Board of Selectmen. That's just like a thanks for giving us $5,600, which is the part. So we were level funded by MCC at 7, and then the town granted 5,600. And so it's basically the same exact letter. You know, obviously I changed the dates and the amount and our names. And so if we want to just look at it real quick, and I'm happy to just circulate that out to the Board of Selectmen to sort of close that loop and thank them for their support of.
You guys see it, right? I think I pulled it up. This is the letter.
Yeah, that's fantastic, because why wouldn't we say thank you while we can remember to do it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like do it now before we get going.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I like it.
May I make one suggestion?
Yes.
Yes.
Letter. The first line. This is a new thing. I did a lot of writing classes on my sabbatical. And as women, we tend to use more of a passive voice. So I'm wondering if we wouldn't be able to just change that first line. The Littleton Cultural Council thanks you for your support instead of wanted to thank you.
Oh, sure. So hold on. Let me pull up the actual one and do it live. Let me do it now.
That is my only.
Okay.
And it is just a personal thing.
Littleton Cultural Council. Thanks you for your
change. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Save. Yeah. I mean, I copy pasted this from Lord knows where. So
I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you, Kiki.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. If anybody else has any updates and you're pondering it as you're laying in bed tonight and you want to send me something tomorrow, I'll probably send it sometime tomorrow or Thursday. So you could, if you're suddenly thought you want to change, let me know.
Well,
Kim's cat has taken over the meeting.
Oh my gosh, is that funny?
Oh, she's gone.
She's here.
Oh.
You're right. I had to go get the paper towel.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I don't think there's anything else I need to share there, right? Okay. All right. Let's go back to this lovely agenda. Okay. So item number 4 is the fiscal year 26 grant cycle planning. Applications open on September 2nd. So they already are open. And the deadline for applications is October 16th for them to get everything in. So I think the way we normally do it, and I feel like I should know since this is my 3rd cycle around, but I really don't remember. I feel like we have 2 or 3 separate meetings? I think it's 2.
I think we've been lucky enough to make 3 nights, but we've nailed it down in the 2. We do 2 hours.
Okay, yes, I think I do remember.
That 3rd one, just in case the key really is to review the panel ahead of time.
Yeah,
exactly. Right. So for those of you who were with us last year, which I feel like everybody might have been that's on the call.
I think Judy is.
Judy, maybe this is your first time. Okay. Yep. So what will happen is as the grantees basically come in and they apply for the money, the information will get downloaded into this like lovely website, and a panel book is, I believe, auto-generated, right? And then, well, it's technically all the information downloaded into this like system, and then we have to like basically publish the workbook, right? Basically like turn it into a PDF. And
no, they do it for us automatically.
Oh, they do. Oh, good.
Yeah,
okay.
so you just have to go into your MCC and download it.
Perfect. So basically what we've done in the past is everybody gets a copy of the book. I forget if somebody has been emailing it to us, if we've all just been logging in separately. I feel like Sarah downloaded it and sent it to us last year, but I could have made that up.
Yes,
yes, I think she did. So she'll basically, maybe we'll just ask her to do that again this year, or me, or whoever. I mean, I can log in and do it too. And we'll all get a copy of this book. It's just a breakdown of what they're applying for and basically all of the necessary documents they need, kind of detailing what they're applying for. And then we take a few meetings as a group and we check it against our, yearly, basically, is it meeting our message? Like, is this what we want to do with our money? And we vote. So we have a lot of really good discussions, and we're very respectful. So don't worry, Judy. No pressure. And like, there's been dissension and there's been agreement, and it's all been like very easy to handle. And people,
how many people typically apply?
Oh, last year
we had 37, I think, applicants last year. It's really, and so we usually, that was actually a point I wanted to bring up, like how much promotion do we really need to do? It feels like people know about it, and I don't know if we need to change what we did last year, because we got more.
Quite a few.
Yeah, when we had more money being asked than we had to give, which is a good thing, but also makes our job a little bit harder, right?
Right.
But it's usually a pretty good clip, and we see, people, because the MCC does a lot of the promotion, itself. I've already seen like the press releases. I sent our press release out, and I've seen it like circulating and everything.
Can you tell me when we get that, like the whole book, what date we get that?
So it's automatically generated literally the day after the applications close. So if you wanted to log in on October 17th to your MCC account, you can download it.
Okay. So we could start reviewing, not that we're going.
Pretty much the next day. Yeah, or maybe 1 or 2 days, because if that's, I don't know what day of the week, like if that was a Friday, maybe it wouldn't, it might be on Monday. But it does generate pretty quickly. I'm not sure when Sarah sent it last year, but we could do that. And just as I was looking back at the old minutes, last year we actually just did 2 meetings, and then we reserved our December meeting and just in case we would go into executive session if we needed. So we didn't.
That's right.
Yeah, we had in years past booked 3, but we felt like we had always gotten it done in 2, so we said, why take another night? And so we did 2, and we reserved the December meeting as a just in case final vote.
You'll have plenty to do in December.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so, that's the thing. I mean, in December, our meeting really doesn't have a lot to talk about. So we kind of could have gone, I think we did end up doing that with a couple of things with the nose to fine tune what we were going to put into that system, and what the grantees were going to see. So just as an FYI, that's what we did.
A little closure.
I suggest we follow that same pattern. I think that worked really well last year. I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts on that.
Yeah, and then Ray also put together, and I'm hopeful he'll do it again. We can ask in his absence, but he put together that sort of cheat sheet spreadsheet, and that just sort of had all the columns. I think he does that because that's what he then uses to turn into his treasurer's log. So, but that was also helpful in letting it go through because it kind of was like in order, and then we could put all that in and see the numbers as they were coming up to see in live time where we were, how close we were getting to the whatever the number ends up being, for conversation right now, the 12K, if that's what we end up with. And that was really helpful, I think, to sort of tweaking things.
Right. We can see the math as we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we give all of this to so-and-so, we got nothing for such and such.
Right. And we're only on number 3 of 36 or something, And so I think that worked really well. I see no reason why Ray would not continue doing that, because I think it also, it jumpstarts his work too, which he's doing. So I assume that's what we'll do again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would also suggest that if it's not broke, don't fix it,
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I think the key part was just everyone reading through it before and coming ready, because we hit the ground running when we
Right. We had notes, we knew who we liked. We knew if we had questions, we had the questions ready to ask. So somebody else always had the answers. It was really helpful.
Yeah. And the biggest obstacle probably for all of us is availability. And so since there is enough for quorum right here, yes, we will need Ray and Sarah and everybody. But if we could maybe look at our calendars collectively tonight, and maybe I think that I think they were they both in November, or was
They
there
were both
one
in-
What I
late
see over
October?
here is that they're on the 11th and the 18th is what I have. The 18th is my birthday. I can do it, but would prefer
We
not
can
to.
do it another day. Yeah, that's fine.
I
So
would,
we
I
have
can, but
we
Yeah,
have
so
a regularly scheduled meeting on the 11th of November.
Right. So last year we did it on the 19th and the 20th. We did it 2
Mhm.
days back to back.
Mhm.
And then we used our December 10th
so
meeting.
maybe we could do 11th and 12th.
Well, the 11th is that our already scheduled
It's our
meeting?
regular meeting.
Ah,
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't want to, because I
We
think,
need an additional one.
no,
We do two
we need
additional ones.
2 extra
Yeah.
meetings. So
Okay.
so these meetings are additional to our public meetings because these are not meetings that can be publicized.
Right.
So these are like executive session
Right,
meetings. so
that's
we can't-
important to make a note of actually in your
Yeah.
notes, Kiki, because
Yes.
if somebody goes, oh, we'll just use our meeting, this is why we can't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So we
So
can't do it. And I also think just personally, that November meeting is a good time to really, because everyone will have the panel book. It's a good
Right.
time to really go through, here's what we're going to do step by step. Because I mean, I know we're sort of lightly talking about it now, but it'll be in 2 months and we don't, So I
Right.
think that the November meeting on that agenda is a good time to sort of say, let's actually speak to the process of what we're going to do. So we'll need 2 extra ones sometime in November.
Exactly. And so I think like obviously the last week of November is bad because we got Thanksgiving. I think the 19th and the 20th or that whole week really is typically good for me. We could even do it the 12th and the 13th if we want to go 11th, 12th, and 13th and see each other 3 days in a row.
I'll just put out that I can never do a Thursday night. I work every
Okay.
single Thursday night, so
Okay, great.
that never
So
works.
then if we can avoid Thursday nights, we will. We got the 18th and the 19th, which is a Tuesday and a Wednesday. I don't see anything on the school calendar except for
Can you guys do
staff
a
professional
Monday
day.
if we avoid the 18th?
I can't do Mondays.
Okay.
But I could I can do Tuesdays, I can do Wednesdays, I could do Fridays. Mondays I have chorus, so I can't do Mondays.
Sorry, say that one more time. So we're looking at the 18th? No.
Yeah, like I think in November we could do like the 18th, 19th, or we could do 18th or 19th, or we could do like 1 week. We could do the 12th and then the 18th. Like it doesn't have to be 2 days in a row. It's easier that way, probably.
Can we do 19th and 21st Friday or no?
I don't have a problem with Fridays. I don't know how people feel about that.
Can't do Friday night.
No.
Okay, no Fridays.
So my birthday it is.
No, wait, which one's your birthday, Juliana?
Tuesday the 18th.
Oh,
We
so
did it
why-
last year. Last
what
year
if
we
we
did it on my birthday.
Oh,
So
what
it's
if we
fine.
did? Wait, what if we did like a Wednesday, like the 12th, and then a Wednesday the 19th?
I
That
can do
works.
that.
That works also really well for somebody who can only read half a panel book and then you get to the next half. Right?
Yes,
So you read as
yes.
much as you can. And then if you don't finish the last 3 pages, you'll be able to have time to do that for the next meeting.
Okay. That
And
sounds
and you said the 13th is your birthday, right? So we wouldn't be
no,
on
the
your birthday.
18th.
The 18th. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Yep. Okay, good. So we'd be avoiding.
But
Juliana's
I'm just being silly because I'm
No,
not
I-
gonna do anything. So don't worry. We can
No.
do that day. I would
Any-
rather eat in peace with my family and not like
birthday. Totally.
Wednesdays are good for me. Now, does anybody who hasn't spoken about the dates yet have a conflict with a Wednesday? And of course, this is subject to the people who aren't here as well.
Right.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Because our normal date for our normal meeting in November is the 11th, which is Veterans Day.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, do we need to move that meeting? Which we can. I mean, there's no
I mean, it doesn't matter to
I'm
me.
okay with the 11th personally, but whatever
too.
works.
Yeah, that's fine with me
That's
too.
cool.
Okay. I was going to bring that up too. I was like, do we know that that's a holiday technically?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Like I always forget that it's on the actual 11th and not like the Monday,
Right.
So
Right.
when it doesn't fall on
Right.
Monday, I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, so if everybody's cool, we're gonna keep the 11th as our normal bit meeting. Then we would have an extra first grant cycle meeting on the 12th. And then our second grant cycle meeting on the 19th, which would be the following week. And then we'll reserve our December meeting as our like final, if we need it, or if we have a change of heart, like review before submission, final submission. Is that so? As long as it doesn't conflict for Ray and Sarah and Kathy, then
And Karen.
Karen, why did I say Kathy?
Well, Kathy and Karen, they're neither one.
Oh,
They're
right. Forgot. Yep. There's two Ks now. Okay.
Be at 7 o'clock too, also at
Say-
7, 2
Say it
days.
again, Judy. Say it again.
Would this be at 7 o'clock, those 2 days?
We have typically done it at the same time just for ease of scheduling.
Yeah.
There's no,
But it takes longer. We've been doing it like those were really long meetings. And I would say at least
flexible
2
to
hours.
start earlier if we
actually, I
need
think
to.
we started. Hold on, let me go back. I still have it open. I have literally 700 tabs open right
I
now.
think it's 6, right?
I think
Yeah,
we
I thought
started
a
at,
little earlier.
I believe we started at, yeah, we did 6:30 to 8:30 last year.
Okay, I just wanted to put it in my calendar correctly.
Yeah, agree. Any problems with the earlier start time for anyone, or you think we're good?
I will be at soccer practice, but can connect. I'll have my books. I'll have everything with me, so I'll be okay.
So
So
it'll be
I don't
Six-
have soccer practice. My son has soccer practice.
She's just
6:30.
like, what you were saying?
Okay, so what I'll do, this is tentative. So if you're
Right.
putting it down, this is not in stone. This is
Yep.
not our
I'm
actual.
gonna wait for everybody to come to
Yes.
vote in.
Yes, so I will send out an email tonight to everybody. It'll be in the minutes, but I'll put a separate email out saying this is what this is what I did. That's the email I'm looking at because we had people missed last year.
Yep.
And I'll say this is what we're suggesting. Get back to us if these don't work. I mean, we have 2 months if it doesn't work. We could shift around.
Right.
And as to your point, it doesn't have to be back to back. We could do one in early November and one.
Hey, why don't we add another date just so that, like the 5th, it could be 5th and 12th or 12th and 19th, just to give more people, another. Does that 5th work for you guys? Because that way,
Will we have it yet?
yeah, because you
yeah.
guys get the 17th of October, right?
Okay,
We,
great.
we will have the book, but I mean, would you have time to look
We would
at
have
it's
2 weeks to read it. That's more than enough, I think.
Yeah.
if we get our-
Okay with me.
It's like over 1,000 pages, just so you.
All right,
No, I remember, but
Yeah.
I mean, at night.
I was erasing. What's the new date?
No, I'm just saying to add when Kiki sends out the email, we can say we are suggesting either the 5th and the 12th or the 12th and the 19th. If all
Yeah.
that works, then we will just choose.
In November. We're still talking November.
All November date.
Okay, thank you.
Just because it's so many of us, it's going to be so hard to have everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also go into December 3rd if we had to, so
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
so I would suggest we say the 12th and the 16th and say Wednesdays are typically
19th.
good.
Yep.
And if
12th and
peop-
19th.
if the people who are not in the meeting would like to suggest other Wednesdays that work better for them, we could do that.
I like it. Very good.
Perfect. Because the good thing is, like, we have quorum with this group right now, and if we all agree with this date, we can bully them. No, I'm kidding. We can. These kids.
Sorry, we voted.
Sorry.
You were
no.
not there.
No, I'm teasing, but you know what I mean. Like if people are like, "Oh, we can't make it," or "I can make it this day, but not that day," we're like, "No big deal," because we have quorum. But I agree with you, Juliana. It's gonna be the toughest challenge is making sure everybody can actually be there. But and I value everyone's opinion so much, especially even the people who aren't here right now, like Ray and Sarah always have like really
Yeah,
good
they have so much experience too.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
One thing to do is I can't remember if we did this before, but put down your cell phone number, because if you miss one of those meetings, I would really appreciate the Kim text. Hello, don't forget, right? Because it's not on our brain. It's
Yeah, we
so-
should have a group
Right.
text anyway.
And
Yeah.
There's that.
I have the
to do that.
list. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
Some-
everyone has filled out the list yet, but it is still in there to
Do you
go in.
guys use WhatsApp?
I
use
do.
WhatsApp. Yeah.
Why don't we create a group, like a WhatsApp group? That's so much easier than texting.
Yeah.
So, if you ever say, if you come in on WhatsApp and say, I want to sell my house, I will think that you are a foreigner who is just teasing me, because that is a constant thing. So I don't use it. Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
fine to do it. Yeah, I'm fine for a local group.
I'm not familiar with WhatsApp. I'm sorry. Is that come in as a text or is it come in like an email? What?
So it's like another app. It's easier. Like when you have a ton of people, you know who's talking, it's just easier to follow a conversation. So you just download the WhatsApp and we can send you the invitation. You download the app and then you'll have it as a new thing on your phone and you'll get the alerts. If you set it up to get notifications, then you'll see like somebody's texting you.
Okay. Is it different than a text? I mean,
Yeah, it's its own separate app.
Yeah.
So it's just it's so like, on your phone, you would see the Messenger app. Like if you have where your texts come in, it would be a completely separate one that's just for that. I mean, I'm just going to be honest and say, I don't know if we need to add another layer to this.
Yeah.
I think if everybody can just sort of say, I will look at my emails on a regular basis during that time, that we just continue communicating in that way. For me too, like, I feel like I don't know that I already use WhatsApp, so that's fine with me, but it's just like, I don't know that I need to have another group chat. Personally, I'll be outvoted, which is fine. But I feel like
the way I see, and I hear you completely. The only thing I feel is like, I don't know you, but I get so many emails. Sometimes it just gets lost in, and like the text or the WhatsApp or something. It's just like
if I miss the meeting, what I was starting to say was if I'm not here, just shoot me a text.
Text me, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good general policy. Like if nobody has said, if nobody has, like, usually the people who can't come will email us.
That's right.
Say we can't come. If we don't hear from somebody, let's make a policy that we text them. If we have,
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you forget me?
Oh,
right.
Hey,
I remember doing that with Sarah.
No pressure. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Is there somewhere I can access people's phone numbers?
Yeah, so Judy, you had asked us to make a spreadsheet and I made that and sent the link, but not everybody, and not to call you out, but including you, haven't put your info on it. So if you can all make...
I can't say that I saw it.
Yeah, I sent an email out with the link to it. So if we do want to do that, I agree. Everyone just sort of needs to make a point to go into that link and put your info in there. And then
what was the date on that, Kiki? I'm looking back. I can resend it to her if you want me to.
Yeah, it was a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I remember.
You have me, right?
I have almost everybody who's on there. So I think most of us have each other. But just so we did have one spot where everyone's contact info was there, which I thought was a good idea.
Yeah.
But I said we have to actually put our info in. I think
we should text Jen on Sunday mornings just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
my brother does it all the time.
Oh, jeez.
Occasionally my husband.
Yeah, I was going to say, my husband calls me all the time. My husband will blow my phone up and I'm like, aren't you also doing a job at a church? And I am too. Yeah. Why are you texting me?
Why are we texting right now? Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, why aren't you picking up? I'm like, I'm singing, actually.
You should just put him on speaker, like while you're singing.
Turn my watch on.
One time, like, be like.
Okay. Yeah, so I can you know what I'll do if you want, maybe it'll be easier. When I send this email out with the proposed dates, I will relink that spreadsheet and just ask everybody to get in there and put their contact info.
I love it. Thank you for doing that. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be easier.
Yeah, if you don't get it, like, in the next week or whatever, just shoot us an email because
she's going to send it tonight. She's always immediate.
I'm psycho like that.
If I don't go to bed and then get a whole bunch of emails for tomorrow. Make sure you see this. Yeah.
That's it. Because if I don't do it right away, then it will be 3 weeks. So
exactly.
I appreciate that you do that so efficiently.
Okay, so I'm just typing this on.
All right, cool. So we have those dates. We have agreed tentatively on the date and time. Kiki's going to send that out to everybody tonight, and she is going to link everybody's contact information. And moving forward, we're probably just going to shoot a quick text to anybody we don't hear from weekly. If that might not, just as a quick meeting reminder. If we don't hear from them otherwise. And then, I think Kiki sort of already addressed the C portion of the fourth item on the agenda about advertisement ideas. Like, do we need this? I say, like, social media, right? Like, that's really like, we had not too many, but we had more grantees than we had money to give out last year. It seems to be kind of selling itself. It's free money. How would it not? But I think just our putting it on our socials, and then I don't know if we need to like post on the various like community board socials, like, you know, I know
The mom's group,
mom's page, mom's group, or if we want to talk, stuff like that. So it's
so that's what I did last year. I just shared it in all the like Littleton, what's up, and all of those groups, and then there our little cultural council group that has that was before my time, but it actually has a lot of people in it randomly. And then
the cultural council has a Facebook page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Conveniently named Littleton Cultural Council.
Yes, that's right.
So I already contacted the town, and it's up on our webpage, like our town webpage. The image is there and the link for people to be able to apply. I put it in to be in the town newsletter. I actually just emailed Diane Crory because I have put in something to try and be in the town newsletter for the last 5 months from the Cultural Council by following the link and filling out the form
and never gets there.
The woman, and it never gets in. So I said to Diane, like, hey, is this going to anybody, or like, what's going on here? So unfortunately, it'll be too late because the next one will be the October newsletter, which will come out like the day before the deadline. So it's maybe she'll post it. I don't know. It's there. It should be in Acton Unlimited. I submitted it to them. I submitted the press release to just all the places that the MCC, like they have that press packet, you know?
Yes.
That's a lot of work. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
It's not really, because they give you everything, and like you just basically download it and change where it says your town to Littleton. So it really wasn't. And then I just put all our names in there. Yeah, so that's going. And then, but yeah, so it is up on our Facebook page. So if you go look and you want to reshare it, I'll post it again. So it's fresh. And then usually, I think last year I printed flyers and they put it up at like Town Hall and Market Basket, you know, all those boards. I think I drop one off with you, Jen, at your church, and I think at FCU, just like all the kind of public places in town. So I'm happy to do that again because I'm constantly driving between the entirety of King Street to go between my two locations. So
do you want any support with that, Kiki? I
was going to say, if anybody has other places that are not those kind of places I just said, and you want to, I'm happy to send the PDF. I'm happy to, you know, you can pick up copies from me somewhere, or I'll leave them somewhere, and you can put them up wherever you go.
Do you mind including the PDF?
Yeah, I'll put it on there. Yeah.
And that way, if we want to, we can print some out. If we have any like community boards that we know of, things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like whenever we do the surveys, everybody gets it. Everybody's like social media is where they see it 99% of the time. So yeah, so I don't think we have to go too crazy with like printed ones, because
do we have somebody managing social media? Like, I know it's like we don't really do a lot with social media, but are you also doing the social media stuff?
I am doing the social media. Yeah.
Do you want to get rid of anything, Kiki? I feel like you're the one-man show.
I know. I feel like I keep saying it. It's just I use that app, you know, and I manage all these social media. So I just hit the drop down, and I just have certain days of the week where I just go in there and I do all my social media posts, and I schedule them all out for like weeks. So like I've already scheduled this to be dropped 3 or 4 times between now and the 10th. So it really doesn't take me. I mean, if somebody has a burning desire and wants to do it, that's fine. But I'm already in there for like, I'm doing my church, I'm doing National Pastoral Musicians, I'm doing like, you know, so I'm just kind of dropping them all on one day a week.
Awesome. I just don't want you to ever feel overburdened. Like, let us know. I know.
I am not a quiet wallflower, so you don't have to worry.
Really? I did not know that about you. I would not have guessed. Okay.
I will speak up. You do not have to worry about me. But thank you for saying that.
Thank you, Kiki.
Amazing. Okay, so Kiki's handling everything. End of meeting. Bye, guys. No, but do we have any other concerns? Like, I know, Judy, this is your first go around. Like, I would just say this is probably like the most important work that we do. You know, this time of year, and so we really appreciate you being involved. Like, it's going to be just mostly us chit-chatting about what we think fits in with our mission. One thing I will say everybody should do their homework on before the grant cycle meetings is to go look at our mission statement on our website. That has been very helpful every year. And then I think we did a slight revision last year to the mission statement, right? Like, so it was like, but it was very similar to the years prior. So like, I don't think we need to revamp anything.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's not even on there anymore since they updated.
Okay.
It shows up like on our backside, like when we log in.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I can send that again. I was thinking actually, personally, that maybe what we should put, how we draft what we're going to do at our next meeting, that for that October 14th meeting, we put an entire thing in there that is basically just the process, speak to the process of this, right? And we have the mission statement there because it'll be right before we're going to get the panel document. So we could talk about, if you haven't logged into the MCC account and you do want to look at that, who's going to download it, and really just nail that stuff out. And that way we can do that like on October 14th. So I was suggesting,
that would be helpful especially for you.
And that could be a time where anybody who has a question, you can take between now and then, to really think about like, what are all the questions I have? And then people can just answer all of those questions. Because I think right now it's like a little bit like we're just sort of talking about the process. And I think I know for myself, I'll think of things later to ask, and then we'll have all of that information because the process will start going. So that's what I would suggest, is we put that as one of our agenda topics for October 14th.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Okay, that'll make things go really smoothly, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yep. Okay, awesome.
The only other thing I had on there that's not on the agenda under other business is that other, which is it's a follow-up from our last meeting, which is a letter to the artist who did the labyrinth, just thanking her for doing the labyrinth, letting her know what is happening with it so that she's aware, that it's no longer going to be there. So I circulated that earlier. I don't know if you want to share it, or I can try to share it.
I'm bringing that up right now.
Yeah, I saw that in your email.
Yeah, so I searched through the Cultural Council email and found, because that was before I was on the board, and so I found all the old info and like all of her proposals and all that sort of stuff. And she did say in that initial proposal, for people who weren't here, that, she didn't think it was going to be a permanent thing. It kind of had come out of like COVID, to be a gathering space. So I don't think it would be a shock to her that it would get repurposed. But I just didn't want, just one day she was driving by and she was like, oh, I guess my labyrinth's gone. That's great. No,
I think this is thoughtful, and it lets her know we did what we did. Now it's gone. Thank you. And we appreciate it, because she did work for a long time for it.
Yeah. And the only change I made after I sent that one is I did add Chuck, our select board liaison's name to it. And I will reach out to him once we say that it's a go, just so he's aware that his name is on the thing that we sent her. So in case they ever meet and she's like, oh, thanks for that lovely letter, So that was the only thing, is I added Chuck, our liaison, onto that one so that he would be represented too.
So it basically is thanking her for the labyrinth, and then okay, I see the line. As now prepared to repurpose the site into a pavilion. Yes, okay, perfect. Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think it's a good idea to CC him too, but let him know that we're sending this. You're right. I wouldn't have even thought of that. That's a good idea. Anybody have any?
Thank you anyway.
Right. I know,
sure. He's a politician, I'm sure.
Knows, but yeah.
I'm sure he's good at like being like, oh yeah, absolutely, to a million things he doesn't know about. Yeah.
I had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. But I think as a common courtesy, we'll throw him an email so he knows.
For sure. No, that's smart. Okay. Yes, let's say green light on the letter. Both letters, well, obviously.
Yeah, again, if you look at it and see any like typological, I'm not like a wordsmith, and so if you see anything, I ran it through the grammar check on Word, but if you see anything that needs to be updated, let me know.
All right.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other business to bring up, or do you think we're pretty much good until October?
Should we talk about
we have to draft the items?
Should we set that aside, because now we know?
Say that again.
Should we talk about membership or should we set that aside?
Yeah, I think we could set that aside.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess just to bring people up a little bit. So we are technically full as a board. So Maria, who came to our last meeting, she did put in an application, but we do have 10. And so we are just sort of talking with the town about what those options are. I had found this came up like a long time ago, and I had found some because there's no limit to how many people can be on a cultural council.
Right.
But of course, the number impacts our quorum, right? So I mean, if you have 20 members, that means you have to have 11 people come to the meeting, you know? And so, but you also can't just like willy-nilly add members. Like we would have to go through a process to say we would like to increase it to 11 and da 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 da. So there were some options presented, which I think we could talk about at the October meeting, because I feel like we still have a little bit of back and forth of like getting info from Diane about all of that.
So just to stop you there, we're basically have a member somebody who wants to become a member, but we're technically full. Is anybody, we need to probably find out if anybody's considering cycling off, right?
Yes, right.
That would be an easy fix, then we wouldn't have to go forward with the rest of the membership increase. Yeah.
Right. So, so maybe for October, let's add that in as is anyone whose term is up, are you planning to re-up or are you not? And no pressure if obviously you're welcome to stay. You don't have to be like, oh, she wants to come, so I'm going to step up.
Right.
If you were planning on stepping up, then yes, that solves it. There was also this, an idea of like, associate members or people who would be like, liaison
in training,
come to the meeting. And Maria, she's like a working artist and she's been thinking about joining for 5 years. There's a piece of it. I just hate to like lose her interest in whatever way. So I think it would be great if we can nail that down. I know the only person who is cycling off right now was Ray, who's already re-up, but I think there are several of us in the spring of it'd be 2026. Yeah. Kim, and you won't be able to recycle out, right? Because you're on your second. Yeah. So maybe that solves the problem right there.
You guys finally get rid of me.
No.
For a year, and then I'll try to come back.
Yeah.
If there's room.
Yeah. So I will, I have a document that I always update whenever something changes because Diane, I think some of you might remember Diane Corey, I keep saying Diane, like we all know who she is. Diane Corey, who's the town clerk. She sent us, I think it was 2 years ago, a lovely document that was like plain English of like how this all worked and who everybody was. And so I just, for my own processing and brain, I have taken that every time that somebody joined and just updated it. So that is in the share drive if you are curious about it. And so because it goes into depth about like, is the second term could re-up on this day, da 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 da. So maybe because I don't have it ready to talk about, I would say right now. So maybe that can be another thing we'll throw into the October. We'll just call it membership updates.
Yep.
And that way everybody can kind of get a check-in of like, when am I cycling off and who is? And then we can see and let Maria know because she did already fill out the application, like do every piece of the process. And so I don't want to leave her hanging too long without
She's an excellent worker bee.
She seems just wonderful. So yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway, that was,
The meetings will get longer. She's a chatterbox too.
Well, she'll just slot in where you were and we'll just be fine.
Right. It'll balance.
Okay, so we're doing membership updates for the October meeting, but and it sounds like we're going to talk about like where everybody is, just review in terms of like who's up, who's cycling off, make some decisions about potentially either increasing membership or having a junior membership or just having her cycle off when Kim cycles off. So we'll all discuss that in October. We will.
She join, just as a question, could she join like an I don't know how to say it, like a listening ear, whatever, to the meetings until Kim's term is done?
Anybody in the public can technically
learns the ropes and
so
and doesn't affect the quorum.
Right. Yeah. So anyone is welcome to join. So I did invite her to this meeting, but she was traveling and she was literally like landing today. So she said, I might try to log in, but I'm just getting home. And so that's definitely something, and I think she has a lot of knowledge. And so especially if we're planning to do another public art project, she might have a lot of like actual hands-on, information that she can share. She could do everything but vote. And so she, so that was another thing that Yeah, so that was another thing that we offered to her. So like I said, she was definitely open to that. And so I just didn't want her to be like not to be responded to and stuff like that. So Kim and I were on an email with Lisa and Tyann from the town with Maria. Maria Davis is her name for everybody who wasn't at the last meeting. So she came to the last meeting, and we got an intro to her and all that stuff. So yeah, so she's aware of that, like that that it's full, but people are cycling off, and that those are her options. So
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
so hopefully she'll take us up on it. She just couldn't come to like the grant meeting. She can come to any of the
Right.
public.
Right.
Yeah,
To
that's
clarify.
perfect. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, so on the agenda for next time, we got that. Then we have just confirming with everybody that all those dates will work. I think obviously you're sending those out through email anyway, so we'll probably know beforehand, but we'll just triple confirm at the meeting that the dates that we threw out there are solidified. And then
I also,
Mhm.
sorry. I also had the annual town report on there because I don't really know when that is due or anything about that. So we had talked about it. I always look at like the old minutes when I draft the new minutes and anything that's unresolved. And so that I had sent out an email to every single grantee just saying like, hey, send us your pictures. So we can use them in the town report. So I've gotten lots of great pictures back and emails and stuff, which is awesome. But I just don't know when that is. I think it's like a fiscal year thing. So I don't know if that's going to be coming up. I just, I'm never really involved with that. And I don't even know who to reach out to.
Didn't somebody send us an email about that town picture or the pictures town report?
I don't remember. So I think that could be another thing we have on the next agenda to be like, what's going on with that?
I think it's Lisa Montgomery, right?
Lisa is one of the people over there, so I don't know. I don't know if she's the one, but
yeah, I think it's Lisa Montgomery. Yeah, so I have that email from her. But yeah, we can discuss at the next meeting if we want to do like a little montage. So what they say is that some of the things you would include would be like their mission statement, like all of our names and our responsibilities or whatever, any activities or events that we did, and pictures for grantees and like other stuff like that, like Little Town in Bloom we could probably include.
Is there are you looking at one that's for this year for FY25?
It was emailed January 16th, 2025. So I'm assuming it says submit your email Friday, February 14th. So it sounds like it's not until like we won't have to deal with it until 2026.
Are you sure it wasn't February of 2025?
Here, it was.
Okay, so you're looking at last year's. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So this
you're looking at FY24.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So, but the deadlines will be the same.
Somewhere
right?
in February. Okay.
Right.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was just wondering about that because I didn't want us to like miss
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because she sent it out on Thursday, January 16th, 2025, with a deadline of February 14th, 2025.
Okay.
So next year, I assume will be similar. I can forward this to you too, but
Oh no, that's okay. I just wanted to sort of have it in the.
Yeah, she recommends she actually almost recommends like building 2 pages like in Canva or something.
Yeah, that's what we did last time.
So that's not a bad idea. Okay, yeah, actually. Okay, great. So we have a little while sounds like for the, like 2025, not until like January, February, but you're right. Let's discuss it because then we can get it out of the way. Okay. And then did I share my screen? I forget. No, I didn't. Okay. Anything else that we want to add besides like, I mean, do we do like we don't really do a pre-review in the next meeting because it won't be, the book won't be published yet because it's not till the 17th of October, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we can't really talk about anything. Yeah. And then of course, Ray will probably have like, some more information to probably like go over, but that's all I have.
I was thinking now that you're asking about the is every year we wonder, by spending all that much money, kind of have in the back of your head how much we want to do for another public art thing. Do we want to keep the Littleton Town in Bloom? Do we want to, now that we know how to store it, it's actually ridiculously simple and people seem to love it. So if we want to do that, Juliana, if you can speak to how much you spent on that this year, we can keep that in our heads and think, is that what we want to do for our public art next year? Or do we want to switch that up and just have it in our head so that then we know that as we're giving this money away, well, our public art is cheap, so we can be a little more generous. Just keep that on your.
Yeah, because we will have to vote on what the actual target amount is before we get started, probably in that November meeting.
Right.
So the
Right.
October meeting might be a good time to actually come with like detail, like knowing like, oh, this was how much this cost and that's how much we spent last year.
Right.
And to start thinking about it.
And if we want to do the third Thursdays, and if we only made a couple this year and that's okay. And so do we want to, set that aside as now we have a tent, right? So do we do a different thing? So it's kind of thinking in that loop. Okie
I
dokie.
remember
Is that also? Oh, go ahead,
that
Julie.
Halloween, I didn't do it last year, but I don't know if we did it last year.
We did it.
There's that
Oktoberfest?
Halloween thing coming up,
No, the trunk or treat. They invited us to be part of the trunk or treat, like to have a trunk, but we didn't have enough people available.
Okay, but I'm guessing that's something we need to
Every
talk
realtor in town has a trunk. Come to
Yeah.
mine, baby.
I know. and so do the churches.
Right.
Okay, so that maybe we just need to, put it in the agenda to decide we're not doing it because of this and that. And
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard if they are or are not doing it again. I assume they are, but I don't know.
Okay.
So I haven't heard anything about it, but I can put it in there for like events and say check on trunk or treat.
I'm guessing that, like, who pays for the candy? We do, is it?
We would,
don't?
yeah.
Oh,
We would, yeah.
Okay, so that's more money.
Yeah,
Candy's not cheap.
right. So yeah, I
And
think
chocolate has gone up 42%. I heard on NPR the other day.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's milk
personally,
chocolate.
I wouldn't want the money to go there personally.
Milk chocolate went up 50% is what, according to that. So yeah, we might choose different things.
yeah,
but-
I think last year, if memory serves, they were like sort of really looking for more trunks. And so they just reached out to like every council and board and was like, hey, you want to do it? But I mean, I think, for me, the third Thursday serves the purpose of sort of getting our name out there before the cycle, getting the study out there, the survey.
Right.
And in October, we're not really promoting anything, like any
Right.
something in the spring would promote, the public art project. So I don't know that trunk or treat serves us other than just being part of the community.
Well,
It
because
has
the
value.
grant cycle's over by the
Will be
time
done,
trunk or treat
yeah.
rolls around, right? Then the community survey is already out there. You're right. Like the timing just doesn't work for us.
Mhm.
But I agree, like it's always nice to be part of something community related but
Well, if I open my trunk and you girls want to stand there, we can bring our placard and we can be both things. I'm happy to be both things
oh, lovely. Yeah.
anytime.
We can decide next meeting. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great.
By the
And
way,
then-
you will be astonished at how much candy we
Oh.
went through.
It's shocking. We never had, I bought so much last year and it was like gone.
It was like
And then you feel bad. 'cause
descended
kids are
upon
coming up
like
and you're like,
locusts.
"Okay."
Anyway, okay, I'm all done.
funny.
All right. I'll just put in like trunk or treat or other community events. I mean, it might be an interesting topic to say, should we be participating in other community events?
Yeah. And
Oktoberfest,
another
no?
Oh, go ahead.
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest, I feel like I went there and it was lovely last year. And I think it's more of a community thing than trunk or treat. Like kids are it's just too noisy and crowded. I don't see the value. But Oktoberfest is a nice moment.
It's a little calmer. Mhm.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's
Love
fine.
it.
I was going to mention, so just because we are talking about how much money we want to reserve for the next year, would it make sense to have, if we are thinking about new ideas for public art or others, festivals, art, whatever related things that we want to participate in, do we want to bring those ideas to the next meeting or the November meeting? Do we want to, you know what I mean? What if somebody, I don't know, this new person who obviously she's not on quote unquote a member yet, but she's I have this great idea. Would it make sense to be talking about that for the next October meeting? Hey, you know what? Instead of Little Town and Bloom, let's do this, or is that a later date thing?
Yeah, I almost feel like, I mean, I think it's fine to talk about if people have ideas, but I feel like in some ways, in January is sort of when I think it's good to start. Because then right now I feel like it's about the grant cycle and promoting it, But I think it's fine to, if people are saying, you know, hey, I had this great idea and this is, you know, there's not a lot on the agenda, let's chat about it. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I
Maybe
just wasn't
we
sure, like, with the money and
have
everything.
like a reminder of this on our December, like the last December meeting, like go on vacation and think about the new year and then on the first meeting on January, we
Yeah.
can come up with the ideas, right?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, the only danger, quote unquote, to that is that we've already allocated the money.
The money.
So if
Yeah,
you-
that's why.
So if someone had an idea that's like a $2,000 idea, then we don't have $2,000.
You're right. You're right.
But then the other thing is, and I guess we would need Ray. I know that when any unspent grant cycle money
Comes back to us.
comes back to us in this fiscal year, so that would be there too. But I don't have a good handle on like the dates of that. We would need Ray for that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an idea right now, but I wondered if we could, you know, if people were thinking, hey, you know, like maybe we bring that to the table next time but if not, like we can always propose it in January and fit it in for next year's, you know, allocations, you know?
So I'll put it in for tentative agenda for October. I'll put in, start thinking about amount to reserve for public art and community events and any new ideas.
Perfect.
I have something that it just came to my mind. You know that middle school concerts for band?
Yes. Yep.
So they don't have bleachers. So you don't see the children that are on the back.
Oh,
And that's
risers?
Yeah, the risers. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sorry. Yes,
They do own risers,
Right.
they just don't use them. Yeah.
They use them
Oh,
for
they
the
do have them, but
chorus.
they don't use them. Because I was thinking there's other people other than the parents who come, especially for the high schoolers, I guess, where they perform much better. And so it would be nice to have them, you know, because you cannot see the children at the back. It's
Yeah,
just
they do own risers because we've borrowed them before at St. Anne's when we have had concerts in our church. We've borrowed the high school's risers. I don't know why they
just
don't use them.
Because I
But
was
they
thinking
do-
maybe we could give the money to that so that, you know, the concerts in Littleton would be a little bit more.
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
do own them. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know there's a new, well, I should probably tell you guys this actually. This is probably relevant for you. Okay. So, you know, Fine Arts Boosters of Littleton. Are you all aware of what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So Fine Arts Boosters of Littleton is basically the corporate parent for Littleton Music Boosters and Drama Boosters. The Littleton Music Boosters has decided that they don't want to be a part of Fable anymore, and they have branched off and become their own like music boosting association, separate corporate tax ID, or, you know, separate from Fable. So I think they're going to be called the Littleton Music something. I forget what they're called actually. But anyway, my point is that I feel like that would be the place to discuss risers. If you are interested in, I would start there because they do get equipment for the band. They replace instruments. They work with the music teachers to find out what they want and what they need. So that would be a good place to put your request in, Juliana, to start there. I can get you in touch with Kathy Wong or Heather Nealand if you wanted to discuss with them. I would say that would be
We were just talking about ideas, and it's like, oh, I have an idea to make the concerts better.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, honestly, they're looking for membership. So if you're interested at all, I think it's pretty low key also. They're really nice ladies. I like Heather and Kathy. They're very motivated to like make the music program better and work with the teachers, but it's a very like top down process. Like it's like, hey, Hillary Bridge, hey, Ashley Sheldon, what do you need? We're here to support you. It's almost like not from the community. Like, hey, this would be, you know, it's a very different format, but yeah.
And I think for us to do something like that, a capital purchase, they would really have to apply for a grant. Whereas what we set aside has to be like a community art project and not necessarily a capital purchase.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But they could apply for a grant. But I said they do actually have risers, but I don't know what why.
Yeah. But no, Julian, I agree with you. Like stuff like that is like, I always think of stuff like that. Like every time we have the Christmas tree lighting, I'm like, why don't we do this? Why isn't this better? Why don't we do? It's like, let's improve this. And then I'm like, wait, there's nowhere to go with this information, so I'm just gonna do the same. Just do the same thing, you know. So I hear you. I know. Cool. All right. Anything else we should add, do you guys think, to the agenda? Or are we like good to wrap up?
Think we're good?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Very good. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to say thank you so much to everybody for being here, and Kiki especially for all of the work you're about to do in the next like 30 minutes by emailing us all the junk. And thank you for all the drafting that you did and promotion. Really appreciate you. And I will officially call an end to this meeting at 8:04 p.m. Feel free to email any of us with any questions, and I will see you in October.